All I seen was dreads. He walked up, he dapped up my man and was like, "What's up, cuzzo?" Y'all, what the f? How was I supposed to know y'all was cousins? What's up, y'all? It's your girl LAYB, and I'm back with another video on Fat Girl TV. As y'all can tell by that title, y'all probably really confused. Your girl was in a relationship. You know this, or you follow me on social media, you'll probably see I was posting some pictures, boo up, but I had covered his face up or whatever. So yes, y'all, your girl was in a relationship. Now, a lot of things have happened this year. So I'm going to be doing a lot of story times based on that situation and that relationship, because I have got to update you guys on everything that's going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I love every single one of y'all. Keep riding with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into the story time. Okay, let's get right into it. Just like any story time, I'm gonna be giving you guys like a recap. So I'm gonna be giving y'all like a little background, who's who, what's what, and we're not gonna be using real names. So I'm gonna be giving each one of the people in this story a name. So I just want y'all to keep up my boyfriend. So we're gonna call him Chocolate. He's gonna be the character, and he's also gonna have this name and future story times that I'm gonna be making about him and that situation. So he's Chocolate, y'all. We're gonna call him Chocolate. Let's get right into the story time. Sorry, y'all, if this story time is like dragged out, but I want to give y'all every single detail. So at the end of it, on to, as y'all can tell in the title, why he broke up with me, it's all gonna make sense to you guys. Me and Chocolate's relationship. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep into detail about me and Chocolate's relationship, because that's going to be another story time. So that's gonna be another video. But I will sum it up to say me and Chocolate was very toxic. It was a very toxic situation, and it was a very toxic relationship. So like, I would say little things like joke with him, like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave you for a dreadhead nigga. I'm gonna give me a dreadhead nigga," and this, that, and the other. And I'll be on the block. I'll be on your block and stuff like that. So I would like joke about it to him. His reaction after he finds all of this out and all this unravel, he was like extra mad and like kind of like extra salty about it. But anyways, that's just a little disclaimer. Like, at that time, I was not cheating on him when I would make these jokes. So it's a little disclaimer. Me and Chocolate, toxic relationship, but we're together, this, that, and the other. Boom. Let's get right into the story time. So Chocolate is my man. My friend is also in this story time too, but I'm just gonna refer to her as my friend. And then there's two other dudes that are involved in this story time. And no, I did not sleep with two of them dudes. Don't fucking play with me, okay? Two of them dudes are gonna be involved in the story time. We're gonna call the so basically one of the dudes was basically messing with my friend, so we're gonna call him Afro. And then the other dude that was basically, you know, talking to me, we're gonna call him Dreads. Okay, and then so my other cousin is also in this too. We're gonna call him K. And then there's a last person in this story. We're gonna call her Hannah. So Hannah Montana, because yeah, she's a Hannah Montana. Get straight into the story time. So boom, this is where it started. It was just like a random night, you know what I'm saying? Me, Kay, and my friend, we all out. We about to go, you know, party, you know, do what we do. So I had to stop at the gas station because my car was on E. So I stopped at the gas station. Mind y'all, keep up with this story. I'm telling y'all everything on piece together, right? Boom. So I stopped at the gas station. So when I went to the gas station, I asked my friend, could she go and pay for the gas, because I wasn't really feeling good. Like, my stomach was hurting. I was feeling real nauseous and stuff like that. So I had her go in and pay for the gas. She came out. So it was a group of dudes that had put up in this car right next to us. So they had put into the pump next to us. So while my friend was in there, you know, paying for the gas, these group of dudes had put up. So one of them got out. Now, this one that I'm talking about, this is Afro, okay? This is Afro. So Afro walks in the store. My friend walks out of the store. Afro walks right out of the store behind her, and Afro approaches her saying, you know, basically, how she doing? And he was like, can I pump y'all gas? And so she was like, yeah, you can pump our gas or whatever. He was like, all right, yeah, I want to pump y'all gas and stuff like that. So he pumped our gas, and like in my head, I'm like, okay, he's handsome, he's a gentleman, okay. And I'm looking at my friend, like, you better go. So he pumping the gas, and he like, what y'all about to do? What y'all getting into tonight? Mind you, me and Kay, we in the car. So me and Kay in the car talking like, damn, he fine. Like, what she about to do? She better get that on myself. And I'm looking at her through the rearview mirror like, get that. You better get that on myself. He's handsome. I'm like, oh, nothing. We're about to go to the liquor store, get some drinks. We're about to go out and party. And so he was like, oh, okay. He was like, what y'all drinking on tonight? And so she told him, she's like, well, we really don't really know right now and stuff like that. So he was like, well, we're heading to the liquor store right now too. So we should all just meet up at the liquor store, and we should y'all should come and hang out with us. But me and Kay kind of like, nah, we ain't about to meet up with them. We don't know them. You know what I'm saying? We end up pulling up to the liquor store, and they pull right next to us. So boom, we at the liquor store together now. So we don't know how to get out of this. But so we he comes to the car. He like, yeah, what y'all drinking? And we could have got a bottle together. He was like, well, I ain't trying to interfere with y'all got going on. We was gonna buy a bottle anyway. Now, mind y'all, I'm peeping the scenery out. So that's when I see dreads. And so I'm like, y'all know, y'all ever had that type of feeling like a nigga cute but he ugly at the same time? It's like I couldn't make up my mind whether this nigga was ugly or whether he was cute, but I knew he was something, and he looked like one of my ex niggas. So I'm like, Dre's kind of looking a little risky. He looking a little risky. He ugly, he cute, he look funny, but he cute. I don't know. He like, yeah, so y'all should come with us, come drink with us, and just stuff like that. And so I'm telling him, because I'm the friend, I speak up, I'm the loud, outspoken friend. I'm gonna let a nigga know what it is and what it ain't. I'm like, okay, we ain't going to your house, we ain't coming to your house, we don't do that, we don't do content, so we're not doing that. And so he was like, oh, no, you ain't gotta come to our house or whatever. He like, we was about to drink outside. He was like, y'all should pull up to my block, y'all should pull up to our block. So we like, okay, now that sounds kind of cool. Okay, we could be outside on your block, okay? Hey, chilling on the block with my hood nigga, trying to see with him, with him. You know me, I love a good hood jam, baby. I love a good hood jam. So I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it at this point. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So my cousin Kay in the back, I should mention, my cousin Kay is a boy. My friend, she's a girl. And the rest of the dudes in the car, those are dudes. So I did just want to do a little disclaimer. Like, we don't need to be up under no niggas. Like, we don't have to kick it with them, we get out. Which I kind of felt where he was coming from. But then on that same token, I'm like, well, we need somewhere to kind of pregame, because we're not about to be drinking in the car, honey. No drinking and driving, okay? So I'm like, we need to really park. We need to figure out where we're going to pregame at so we can get a buzz. It's getting late. We need to hurry up and figure this out. We ended up finally agreeing to pull up on his block. Mind you, I hadn't talked to my man all day. Chocolate. I hadn't talked to Chocolate all day. I was texting Chocolate all day. He was ignoring me. I hadn't talked to him on the phone. I haven't talked to him via text. But anyway, so boom, haven't talked to Chocolate all day. So mind y'all, in my head, I know I'm in a relationship and I'm keeping it cute. Now mind y'all, how I said, Dress was looking a little, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, just hear me out. I wasn't gonna do nothing with the man, okay? Like, a girl can say, you know what I'm saying, think another man attractive without it being a cheating.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
When he drops the low, I see that his block is the street over from where my dude stays. Now, I should mention, this block is over by some projects. So y'all know, everybody in the projects know each other. Everybody know everybody. Everybody be outside, moving around, all this. So the block that Afro lives on, that he had us pull up to, was a street over from where my dude stayed. So at this point, it is like right across the street from a store that my dude always walks to. So at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should really do this, because I'm really not trying to get caught up, and I don't want to be wrong place at the wrong time. And I'm sitting here chilling, drinking with some dudes, and my dude walks to the store and ends up seeing me over here. So I was just kind of like contemplating like if I should really do this. But long story short, y'all, I never make the right decision, and I went anyway. We pull up there, everybody's having a good time. We listening to music, we dancing. So y'all, I start having a little bit too much to drink. And I feel like this was the first no. I had a little bit too much to drink, and I started dancing and, talking, running my mouth. And so me and Dreads had a few conversations on the side, but I did mention to Dreads like I had a dude and that I was in a relationship, and I ended up telling them who it was because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to hide this anyway. He from over here, he be over here. I don't want it to be like no surprise thing, so I'm telling them like, you know, my dude be over here, so I do want to like let y'all know that and stuff like that. And so they was like, oh, we don't care. And then once I told them who it was, they're like, oh, him, yeah, he's he's this, he's that, he's like, come on now, he's low. What are you doing with him? Like, why are you with him? That's embarrassing. So they was basically like clowning me for being with Chocolate. And I'm like, okay, well, damn, that's my man. And I'm gonna stick beside him. I don't care what he do, okay? That's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. At this point, I'm thinking about him. So I've been texting him like this whole time I was over there, still trying to get a hold to him, and I still wasn't getting a reply back. So at this point, I'm like, okay, obviously I'm not your priority, and I know for a fact that you're out here because, like I said, he live over there. So I'm like, okay, you just ignoring me. You just like basically at this point, and I just don't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, I should mention, you guys, because this isn't just like I just stepped out or anything like that. There was a situation where he did some really was really foul play, and I'm gonna be doing a story time on that too, so I'm not gonna say too much. I said, y'all, we was in a toxic situation. We was in like a toxic little relationship. So like he would like really disrespect me. We get into it, and a lot of things that he said to me made me feel like, you know, like kind of self-conscious as a woman, because you're supposed to be my dude. You're supposed to put life into me. You're supposed to make me feel like the most beautiful girl on this planet. Like even my past situations before I got in a relationship with him, I have really bad trust issues, and I do have commitment issues because of the past situations that I have been in. We were still together, but we weren't at the same time, which is why I feel half bad, but at that same token, I don't really feel all the way that bad, because he had been lying to me about a lot of things, about countless of things. And he said a lot of things to me that made me second guess as a woman if this is a situation that I should even be investing my time, energy, or anything into. Anyway, so me and Dreads had some conversations, vibing, everything's cool, everything's good. So my other friend ends up getting really lit too, y'all. So boom, so we're partying and stuff like that. So my friend leaves with Afro. They leave and they disappear somewhere. So right now I'm tweaking out. We just met these dudes, so I'm like, where is my friend and this dude? And I went up to Dreads and I'm like, if your friend do something to my friend, it's gonna be an issue. So where is my friend? And he was like, oh, she went to go use the bathroom. And he was like, oh, they call each other brothers. He's like, my brother, he's cool, he would never do nothing like that. If anything, he's gonna protect her and stuff like that. But anyways, like a few minutes later, she ends up coming back. Boom. A few minutes later, I'm like, okay, I have to use the bathroom. I'm like, but like usually, like, you know, like when you go out with your, you know, your friends, stuff like that, y'all pull like in the alley somewhere and like use the bathroom and stuff like that. Don't judge us, okay? Y'all know y'all do it too. On myself, y'all know y'all do it too. So I was like, well, I'm about to go use the bathroom or whatever. He was like, oh, you could use the bathroom in my cousin's house. This is Dread saying this. So he like, come with me. He like, you good, I promise you you're good. So we end up going to Afro's house. So I guess Afro live over there. We end up going to Afro's house. He showed me the bathroom, and I went in there, walked in the bathroom, you know, about to handle my business, and Dreads walks in the bathroom in the middle while I'm using the bathroom. And so Dreads comes in the bathroom and he pulls down his pants. I told Dreads, like, you know, I'm not feeling that way right now. I don't want to be involved in that. You know what I'm saying? And basically, like, let him know, because I had already told him before the night even started that I had a man. Even though I'm here with y'all, I'm still not trying to do anything that is going to jeopardize my situation. So he ended up pulling back up his pants and walked out the door. I finished handling my business. Boom, we walked back. So when we walked back to where my car was parked, where we all was, you know, chilling, talking and partying, I come back and my friend is gone. My friend is gone. Afro is gone. The only person out there is Kay, my cousin, and these two other dudes that was with him. So I walk up and I ask Kay, I'm like, where the hell is my friend and where the hell is Afro? So Kay was like, yeah, your friend basically left with Afro, you know, they, you know, had some drinks, they feeling frisky, they went, I'm like, she don't even know him. She don't know him. She just basically left with a stranger. If something happened to this girl, it's gonna fall back on me. Why would she leave? Why wouldn't she communicate with me? Is that? And why the hell would Afro leave Dreads with me? So Dreads don't have a ride home. So now I'm forced to take a nigga that I don't even know home. We all ended up leaving. At this point, I'm pissed. I'm calling my friend. I'm going to and I'm going to because why would you leave with a stranger? And why would you leave a stranger with me? Afro and Dreads probably planned that out the whole entire time, but I just really wasn't on that type of time. And then plus I was supposed to go see my man later on that night. Like I was just gonna pop up in my man's house, even though I ain't talked to that nigga all day. I was still gonna pop up because yeah, I do pop-ups, baby. I was gonna pop up at their house and he was gonna let me in that apartment. But now I'm forced to take this nigga home. Boom, we leave. So I end up dropping K off first, my cousin, because he lived like not too far out that way. So I end up taking him home. After I took K home, now I'm taking Dreads home, or I'm dropping him off at home. So he tell me like, you know, if you don't feel like driving, it is late, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Like it was so late. And you know, you don't feel like driving. He was like, you know, you can come up. And he kept insinuating it like, you know, he really want me to come up. And I told him before we went up, I'm like, I will come up, but like, I'm not having sex with you. I don't want to have sex and stuff like that. And so he was like, no, don't none of that gotta go on. You know what I'm saying? So we end up going up to his place. And his place it was nice. It was clean. It was all that. It was really nice. And so I will mention, me and him did have like a little conversation where he told me he had a baby on the way and he had like 3 or 4 other kids. So number one, it was already going, whether I was single or not, it was already gonna be a no-no for me. It was gonna be a no-no. We go in his room. He sits in his chair and he starts to like, I think he went on like Netflix. He was about to like put a movie on or something. So I take my shoes off and stuff and I sit down on his bed. So he was like, you know, you can get comfortable, you know, make it your space, you know, you can be comfortable, you can lay down. He was like, you don't have to keep on your outside clothes, like you can take your outside clothes off and get comfortable. So I'm like, okay, like I take my clothes off, I'm not doing nothing. I end up laying in his bed, and so at this point my nigga calling me now. So my nigga blowing up my phone, he's texting me and I'm not answering because I'm like, it's gonna look really weird, and I'm already like, I'm like y'all 30 minutes away from where my man stay. So it's just like at this point I need some space, I need some time. And then it's like, nigga, where have you been all these hours? I've been blowing up your phone all day and you want to come here and now you want to text me at some 3, 4 o'clock in the morning talking about you was about to get in a fight? Nigga, please. So I just lay down, y'all, and at this point I'm about to go to sleep. So I start to doze off and like kind of like get into my sleep. So I hear Dreads, like I'm asleep, but I hear Dreads get up. He went in the closet to grab something, and then he had walked over by like where the bed was. So my eyes are like squinting like this when I'm still watching. So he pulls the cover off of me and he proceeds to pull my pants down. So I'm telling him like, you know, I don't want to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? My dude, you know what I'm saying? What we got going on. And so I took my L on that. And plus I was under the influence. So I'm like, I'm going to take my L for that situation. I can't even be mad. So fast forward to the next day. The next day, Dred starts acting really weird. He starts acting really distant. He starts acting like I did something wrong to him, that he's not attracted to me and stuff like that. So I end up leaving at like really like y'all like 8, 9 in the morning. I end up just leaving. He was like, yeah, you take care. Like, you know, he was so dry. It wasn't the same on when he met me, you know, the night before. So like that made me really uncomfortable, number one. And then especially after what just went down and I basically just cheated on my man, and now you want to act weird. Okay, so I ended up telling my friend like me and this man really just did like, and I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to feel, and stuff like that. So my friend was like, yeah, I did it too, and this, that, and this. So me and her ended up making up about the situation. And I'm like, when stuff like that, when you're with me and you want to leave and stuff like that, I know that you're grown, you make your own decisions, but just having that communication with your friend so I know that you're okay and stuff like that is like, that's serious. Boom, fast forward, it's my friend's birthday. Now my friend was like, I want to go back over there and hang out with them for my birthday. Long story short, we end up going back over there hanging out for her birthday. So my friend brings her friend, and that's what we're gonna call Hannah. My friend brings Hannah over there. Okay, so boom, I end up pulling up. Hannah and my friend had already been there for a little while. Me and Kay ends up pulling up. We had just got back from getting us some food. So my friend know I don't like meeting. This is why. Be grimy. And I'm like, oh, hi, my name's Alasia. How you doing, Hannah? And stuff like that. And she's like, I'm good, and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So we start, drinking and talking, dancing, having fun. And I'm like, okay, Hannah ain't too bad. Hannah ain't too bad. So then Hannah starts to get friendly with Afro. Now, mind y'all, Afro is my friend, dude. That's my friend's little situation. So now my friend and Hannah are going at it because she like, you just told you this was mine and you want to keep playing crazy. So in the midst of it, Afro ends up pulling Kay, my cousin, to the side, and he told him like, Brody, she bad, talking about my friend's friend. He like, oh, Brody, she bad. I'm trying to hit that and this, that, and the other. Boom. So they had all that going on. So now she gets in Dread's face. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I know why, I got to do it or whatever. But, like, I still, messed around with dudes. So it's still going to be, like, some type of feelings involved. So I told her, I'm like, she got in his face. And I'm like, that's off limits right there. That's off limits right there. Like, I dealt with dude and, like, that's off limits. So she's like, okay. So she's like, oh, yeah, for sure. That's all you, boo. Da, da, da. This yeah, we're gonna get back to her for sure. Forward to the next day. Fast forward to the next day. The Hannah had been living with my friend during all of this. So she done lived with my friend and all that. So the next day, Hannah moves out. Hannah doesn't talk to my friend for the whole rest of the day. Afro hasn't talked to my friend for the whole rest of the day. So it's fishy. So I'm like, shit, you want to pull up over there and see if he on the block? And so she was like, no, not really. I'm that friend. We pulling up. So we pull up to the block. Clear as day, he's out there. And he looks in my car and he knows my car. So he's looking like, okay. My friend ends up calling her auntie, and she's venting to her auntie about the situation. Like, oh my gosh, Afro's over here. He's not talking to me. He's basically ignoring me. And then after he even seen us, he still didn't text her. So her auntie was like, oh, where y'all at? I'm right over here out this way. And I'm like, what, your auntie want to meet? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, have her meet at, it's like this little store over there. It's the store right across from where he be at. And I'm like, I have her meet us at the store. So she like, okay. So we pull up at the store. And when we pull up, my friend was like, I know that ain't Hannah car parked over here. And I'm like, Hannah, no. She like, that is that car. And she like, she's not from over here. She don't know nothing about this area. Long story short, my friend gets out the car. Now she beating on Hannah's window, about to fight her because she like, you over here for my man. So I'm trying to break it up. So she's like, I'm not over here for him. I promise. It's not him. It's somebody else. So the dude that she was over there for, she calls him. And so he's walking up. So Afro starts walking to the store. I promise y'all, I'm not getting off track. All of this is going to tie in together and make sense. Afro starts walking up to the store. Mind you, I had just seen my man before we even pulled off and did all that. I had pulled up and seen my man. They all live over there in the same facility. So I had seen my man. Just left my man. So Afro starts walking up and he's like, what is going on? Like, basically, what's going on? A few seconds later, Dreads walk up. So Dreads comes up and push my friend and he's like, you need to chill out. And I'm like, don't touch my friend. You know what I'm saying? I got her. You don't need to touch her. And so Dreads ends up walking on the passenger side of Hannah's car and he gets in the car with her and they pull off. When we get back to my car, I told my friend, I'm like, I knew I should have smacked her that night because if I told you not to do that and you do it anyways, number one, it just shows you don't get niggas. And number two, you're because you was still smiling in my face like wasn't nothing wrong. You're a whore. So I'm like, I should have smacked her. And so Afro was like, why? That's not your nigga. That's not your man. Why are you worried about that? So Afro started being loud about the situation. And you would not believe who walks up a few seconds later. Chocolate. Chocolate and his cousin walking right on up to the store, and Chocolate looks directly over at my car, and he's looking at me, and he sees Afro yelling in my face, and we're having a conversation. Chocolate doesn't know what's going on. He instantly texts me like, why is this nigga in your face? What do you have going on? What the you doing? Why is that nigga in your face? Da, 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 da. So I'm like, so Afro goes on to say, just because you dreads doesn't mean that he's your nigga and blah, blah, blah. So I tell Afro, like, you need to keep it down. My nigga is over here. So he like, your nigga? And so he turns around. Chocolate is looking dead over by us. So he's like, wait, I know this ain't your man. This my cousin. What's up, cousin? My mouth dropped to my what do you mean this is your cousin? So he walks up to Chocolate, daps him up, and he's like, oh, Chocolate, I know you would love to hear what your girl been doing. Y'all, I felt my heart. I'm not even capping. At this point, the situation that started off was a situation with my friend ended up turning back on me. So my man looking at me like, what are you talking about? So Afro calls Dreads. So Dreads must have like spent the block or something, because Dreads end up walking back out of nowhere. So Afro calls Dreads over there. And when he calls Dreads over there, y'all, I just pulled off. I couldn't do it. I'm just like, all I seen was Dreads. He walked up, he dapped up Chocolate, my man, and was like, what's up, cuzzo? Y'all, what the how was I supposed to know y'all was cousins? So, y'all, I pull off literally. So, at this point, Chocolate is blowing up my phone. He's texting me. He is calling me. Chocolate ends up calling me. He was like, which one of these niggas? So, in the background, I hear Dreads telling Chocolate, oh, yeah, Brody, da-da-da-da, I hit her, and this, that, and the other. I done been in her car. She done been to my house. And my man is like, completely shocked, like he's just surprised. He's not saying nothing. And like at this point I'm like, oh my gosh, like what the like what am I gonna do? So after he talks to them, he ends up going back home, and then he ends up calling me, and he was like, you really my cousin? Are you serious? Like, you're a cheater, you're a I told him, I'm like, I'm denying it at this point, y'all. I'm like, I never had sex with him. I never had sex with this man. I barely know him. Y'all, I'm denying it at this point, because it's just like, the whole situation was just messy, y'all. So, fast forward, Afro ends up calling my friend's aunt and basically explaining like, I only said that because of what your friend said, that she was going to put her hands on Hannah for being with him. And he like, well, what you got going on? Saying my friend, like, what you sleeping with him too, and this, that, and other. So y'all, literally, long story short, Afro ends up cutting off my friend. I still haven't talked to Dreads move that he did, because it's like, you're a grown man and you really should have moved like a grown man. And I feel like doing that, it just really showed your real and you get no brownie points for that. Like, that was so unfair. And for you to have a baby on the way and you out here moving the way that you move really shows your character. And that situation really taught me a lot. And so, long story short, Chocolate ends up breaking up with me, and he just basically explains to me how he's very hurt that I cheated on him, and basically just trying to put the whole entire thing on me. But to be honest, in all nationality, we had already had problems. And I'm not justifying the cheating part, but I'm saying like, we had already had problems. And what y'all men need to realize is sometimes y'all can push a woman to her bitter end, like her bitter edge. And like, if I'm not feeling appreciated and I'm not feeling like I'm your woman, and you're not showing me why I should be kept, you cannot really expect all of these things that come with loyalty if you're not even doing on your part as a man to keep your woman, especially if you have a great woman. Just hearing, you know, like basically a man disrespect you over the phone and basically portray you to be this image that you know that you're not is like very and it was like the most crazy situation I had ever been in. My chocolate called my phone 1,000 times. He didn't went off on me. He called me today, actually. He's still going off on me. He's still telling me how hurt he is and how much he loved me, and that he had never slept with another woman in our relationship. Like, it don't matter how much we got into it, he had never stepped out on me, and he had never cheated on me. And he was just basically saying, like, and I'm gonna put some of the screenshots, I'm gonna put some receipts up here. Basically, he was just, you know, basically hurt about the situation, and, you know, he would never do that to me and stuff like that. So it is a messy situation, and I take my L because I shouldn't have said what I said, and I probably wouldn't have got myself caught up, y'all. But it is what it is, and you live, you learn, and that's it. And that's my story. I know he may watch this. I'm honestly, I don't care at this point. I'm moving on with my life. I did love him. You know, that was my man and all of that. But it's just like, stuff happens and I'm not proud of it. But I learned from it and I'm moving on from it. Now, yes, I am single. He broke up with me after the whole situation. So I asked, did he want to have a sit down talk about everything? And he said no. So that's that. So y'all, that is basically the end of my story time on how I got caught cheating on my man. So y'all, that is basically it. If y'all have any questions about the story time, or y'all curious to know more deep in depth about the story time, please feel free to comment below or hit me up on any of my social medias. I'll reply to all of you guys. Thank you for taking the time out and listening to my story times. I have so much more to come, you guys. We going back up. I'm back and I'm better, baby. Let's get it. Okay, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, let's keep running it up. And just remember, if these niggas ain't spending a bag on you and showing you why you should be kept, if you don't want the baby, then don't keep. For real. Hello. It's a hot girl summer. We're running up this bag. And until next time, stay pretty, stay paid. Bye, y'all.
You know you that bitch when you cause all this conversation. Always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper.